Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something I know many of us absolutely love: Nigerian street food. From the irresistible aroma of suya grilling on an open flame to the satisfying crunch of puff puff and the rich flavors of boli and EPA, it's a culinary adventure that's a huge part of Nigerian culture and daily life. It's affordable, it's convenient, and let's be honest, it's incredibly delicious. For many, it's a daily necessity. But today, we're not just here to celebrate the flavors. We're going to uncover a side of Nigerian street food that's often overlooked, a side that can have serious consequences if we're not careful. We're talking about the dark side of Nigerian street food. Now, before anyone gets defensive, this isn't about demonizing our hard-working street food vendors or discouraging you from ever enjoying your favorite roadside snack again. The goal here is awareness, because knowing the potential risks is the first step to making safer choices and hopefully encouraging better practices. Segment 1. The unseen guests: hygiene and sanitation. So what are we really talking about when we say the dark side? Well, one of the biggest concerns, and perhaps the most obvious, is hygiene and sanitation. Think about it. Many vendors operate in challenging environments. Hand washing. Is there always access to clean water and soap for vendors to wash their hands regularly, especially after handling money or raw ingredients? Often the answer is no. A quick rinse in a communal bowl of water, if that, is sometimes all that happens. Water source. Where is the water used for cooking, washing utensils, and even for drinks coming from? Is it potable, treated water, or is it from questionable sources that could be contaminated? This is a huge risk factor for waterborne diseases. Utensils and surfaces. How are the plates, spoons, knives, and cutting boards being cleaned? Are they washed thoroughly with soap and clean water between uses, or just given a quick wipe? Cross-contamination is a major villain here. Raw meat juices can easily transfer to ready-to-eat foods. Waste disposal. Proper waste disposal is often lacking. Food scraps and dirty water can attract pests like flies, rodents, and cockroaches, which are notorious carriers of diseases. You might see vendors located right next to open gutters or piles of refuse. And the unfortunate reality is, these lapses in hygiene can lead to the proliferation of some really nasty bacteria. We're talking E. coli, salmonella, listeria, and more. These aren't just fancy names. They can cause severe food poisoning. Segment 2. What's really in your food? Contamination concerns. Beyond general hygiene, let's talk about what might actually be in the food or on it that we can't see. Environmental contaminants. Street food is, by its nature, exposed to the elements. This means dust, exhaust fumes from traffic, and airborne pathogens can easily settle on uncovered food. Think about that delicious-looking fruit salad by the roadside. How long has it been sitting out? Chemical contamination. This is a more insidious threat. Pesticides. Fruits and vegetables might not be washed thoroughly, leaving pesticide residues. Adulteration. This is a serious one. To cut costs or enhance appearance, some unscrupulous vendors might use unapproved or even harmful substances. For example, there have been concerns about the use of substances like formalin, used for embalming, to preserve fish or meat, or artificial ripeners for fruits that can be toxic. Some dyes used to make food look more appealing can also be harmful. Cooking oils. How many times has that cooking oil been reused? Repeatedly heating oil at high temperatures can lead to the formation of carcinogenic compounds. Some vendors might also use adulterated or low-quality oils. Heavy metals. Cookware made from non-food grade materials like aluminum pots that are old or corroded can leach heavy metals into the food. These contaminants might not make you sick immediately, but long-term exposure can lead to chronic health problems. Segment 3. The health fallout. Common illnesses. So, what happens when you ingest these contaminated foods? The consequences can range from a mild stomach upset to life-threatening illnesses. Common illnesses linked to unhygienic street food include diarrheal diseases. This is probably the most common, caused by bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella or viruses. Cholera, a severe diarrheal disease, can also be spread through contaminated water and food. Typhoid fever, a serious bacterial infection often transmitted through contaminated food and water. Hepatitis A, a viral liver disease that can be spread through food handled by an infected person or contaminated water. Food poisoning, general term for illnesses caused by a wide range of bacteria, viruses, and toxins. Symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and fever. And it's not just a case of feeling rough for a day or two. These illnesses can lead to dehydration, malnutrition, especially in children, and in severe cases, hospitalization or even death. The economic impact is also significant. Missed workdays, medical bills, and reduced productivity. Segment 4. The regulatory maze and vendor realities. You might be wondering, isn't there anyone regulating this? Well, yes and no. Nigeria has food safety agencies like NAFDAC, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. They do have guidelines and standards. However, the sheer number of street food vendors, especially in bustling cities, makes effective monitoring and enforcement incredibly challenging. Lack of resources. Regulatory bodies often lack the manpower and resources to inspect all vendors regularly. Informal nature. The informal nature of street vending means many operators are not registered and can easily relocate, making them hard to track. Vendor knowledge. As mentioned, many vendors lack formal training in food safety and hygiene. They might be doing things the way they've always been done, unaware of the potential risks. Socioeconomic pressures. Let's also be empathetic. For many vendors, this is their livelihood, often their only source of income. They may be operating on very tight margins, making it difficult to invest in better equipment, cleaner water sources, or higher quality ingredients. They face daily struggles, and sometimes food safety might not be their top priority when they're trying to feed their own families. Segment 5. What can you do? Making safer choices. Okay, so after hearing all that, you might be feeling a little hesitant about your next street food indulgence. But remember, the goal is awareness, not avoidance. Here are some practical tips to help you navigate the Nigerian street food scene more safely. Observe the vendor and their stall. This is your first line of defense. Cleanliness. Does the stall look clean? Are surfaces wiped down? Is there a general sense of order? Hand hygiene. Watch the vendor. Do they handle money and then food without washing their hands? Do they use gloves? Though gloves can also be a source of cross-contamination if not changed regularly. Food. Handling. Is raw food kept separate from cooked food? Is food covered to protect it from flies and dust? Water source. Can you see where their water is coming from? Does it look clean? Waste management. Is there a proper bin for waste, or is rubbish accumulating around the stall? Choose piping hot food. Heat kills most harmful bacteria. Opt for food that is freshly cooked and served hot. Be wary of food that has been sitting out for a long time, especially meat, dairy, or rice-based dishes. Be cautious with salads and raw foods. These items don't go through a cooking process to kill pathogens, so they carry a higher risk if not prepared hygienically. Ensure fruits are peeled by you or in front of you, and vegetables are thoroughly washed with clean water. Avoid ice in drinks, unless sure of source. Ice can be made from contaminated water. It's often safer to opt for bottled or canned drinks or hot beverages. Trust your gut, literally. If something looks or smells off, or if the vendor's practices make you uncomfortable, walk away. There will always be another option. Patronize popular vendors. A busy stall often means a high turnover of food, suggesting it's fresh. It can also indicate that locals trust the vendor. Wash your own hands. Before you eat anything, especially if you're eating with your hands, make sure your own hands are clean. Carry a hand sanitizer. Nigerian street food is an undeniable cultural treasure. It's a source of joy, sustenance, and livelihood for so many. But we can't ignore the dark side that puts public health at risk. By being more aware, making informed choices, and collectively pushing for higher standards in hygiene and regulation, we can help ensure that this vibrant part of Nigerian culture is safe for everyone to enjoy. What are your thoughts? Do you have any personal experiences or tips for safely enjoying Nigerian street food? Share them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Stay safe, eat wisely, and see you in the next one.